Yes, people, this is Low Key, and right now I am at the Anti-War Assembly. Stop the War organised this to basically unify opposition to the war.
A weapon of mass destruction is the depleted uranium, which means that babies being born today in Iraq are born with two heads. Babies are born with one arm, are born with incredible deformities. Now we have to ask ourselves a question, us in comfortable London, surrounded as we are by police and everything else. Would we accept that for our children, and why is it we expect other people to accept that for theirs? It's really simple.
So I think it's just a matter of understanding what our historical role is and what our intentions are with the rest of the world. You know, Britain is not known for its honourable intentions around the world.
Do you think unmanned drones are weapons of mass destruction? Unmanned drones which are dropping bombs on Yemen, on Somalia, on Pakistan, on Afghanistan, on Libya, on Iraq. That is a weapon of mass destruction, real mass destruction.
The only people that would ever believe that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction were extremely gullible people. They were people that wanted to believe it. You know, you believed it if you wanted to.
When over 1 million people take to the streets and tell you we don't want you to do this, and you go ahead and you do this, does this equal democracy? And we can sit here so convinced of our own supremacy, so convinced of the own supremacy of our own humanity, as if we are more human than other people, with our arrogance.
Britain's relationship with Iraq goes back many, many years. It goes back to the First World War, when Britain basically encouraged the Iraqi people to rise up against their Turkish rulers, and in the exchange for some form of independence they were led to believe.
This is being done in our name. What is wrong with us? How have we allowed this to become so normal and normalized? Shame upon us!
You know, this is very small. You know, we need to speak their language, and we need to be absolutely 100% clear about it and attack the places which matter, and the places which matter is the money. We need to understand what the war machine is. It's not just the BAE systems and the arms companies, it's also the media. And we need to understand that, and we need to, I think, build links within people who are in the British Army and encourage as much dissent as possible.
We have to take this in our own hands and take control of this situation, because it is clear there are people who are working against the interests of humanity.
I think connecting with more and more like-minded people in any way we can.
Words can never ever explain the raw tragedy. This is not a war, they're just murdering more rapidly, and we are automatically supporting pure savagery. Imagine how you feel if this was your family.
Well, again, my family, you know, I have to defend my family, because that is my family. You understand? Then I get myself in trouble already for that. Try to protect myself from my family, and I get caught up with the law. And you know what they say to me? Never you do that again. You come to us. We is the law.
When it's fighting for your freedom and fighting for liberty, then I think it should be right. I mean, I don't think anyone should be oppressed in this time.
Yeah, when it's okay with somebody is doing wrong, you have to fight. Like now in Afghanistan or Iraq, they from all over the soldiers going. Afghani people or Iraq people have to stand against them, fight against them. Yeah, I'm thinking they are not terrorists, they are fighting for their freedom.
Yeah, your family comes first.
Yeah.
Love is thicker than water.
Yeah. I'll put my family first, yeah. I will go protect them, yeah.
You know, it's not about tribe, it's not about country, it's all about looking after your kids, your family, and, you know, other humans if you can. That's all it's about.
I also think if you look at the humanitarian side of things, what we're doing to families, to ordinary people in these countries abroad is absolutely disgusting. And too many people have suffered for it. So that's why I'm here.
My name is Roger Lloyd Pack and I'm here to support Stop the War, celebrate the 10th anniversary of Stop the War Coalition. The celebrate isn't really the right word, but because we're here really to keep a voice going for peace, really, and to try and stop governments resorting to war every time there's an international problem. War should be the last resort in countries instead of what seems to be the first resort.
Man lives by his wits don't treat him nice. Inspect your head to find your wits, and all you'll find is lies. Life on earth is tricky, wits never quick enough. Can't ever be too picky, fighting lies and bluff. Now 8 years ago we went to war with Iraq because we were told they had weapons of mass destruction, and that was a little bit of a lie, wasn't it? And 8 years later we're now in Libya, protecting lives and upholding the democratic purpose. It's a bit of a porky, I think. And what about this we're all in it together business? Because that is a lie, obviously. Obviously we're not all in it together. Some of us are in it more than others.
Going to war is a counterproductive action. There are other ways of dealing with international problems. The war in Afghanistan is unwinnable. It's an unwinnable war. Lives are being lost. Families are being destroyed. We should be looking after our own people. Our government should be looking after our own people instead of spending billions of pounds devastating other countries and destroying other countries and killing our own people and killing thousands and thousands of Afghanis and Iraqis.
Talk about the big society on the one hand, and then on the other hand they're taking away everything that goes to make it the big society, like the community centres, your aftercare centres, your youth centres, your old people's centres, your support homes, your libraries, not to mention your national health service, the big society. You're having a laugh, yeah?
Well, the media, no, really, they don't really go into the details of it. They accept the status quo. There's a sort of consensus about war that, oh, we've got to go to war, and I don't think they question this consensus enough. I think if you look in newspapers and responsible broadsheets, you find quite a good cross-section of voices talking about the war, but on television, the visual media doesn't really deal in much detail with the war. Can be very isolated at home. Coming out here, you meet lots of other people who feel the same way, about feeling angry and impassioned, feel angry about what our government's doing, the way government's cutting services in this country, yet they're spending millions of pounds on warfare.
Where the taxpayers' money goes is to fund a war internationally. I mean, the money should stay at home for us so we can afford, because I know a lot of people now that won't be able to afford to go to university. Even the basic EMA cuts, some people really do live off that £30 a week to get into their college or their institution, and for that to be taken away to fund a war that is nothing to do with us, I think is a crime to ourselves.
Even the students would say no to it, the pensioners would say no to it, and all the cuts that we've had, all the departments that's been cut would say no to cuts, because then cuts become a thing, bring strikes. You know, supposing the people feel that they were unfairly treated, like.
You understand, the school, the fees, all of those things is high over our cost of living. You understand? So if the government don't see and try to drop some of the things, you understand, to make the country rotate a bit better, it's not going to be good. Because when you're hungry, you are what? Hungry. A hungry man is a hungry man.
And I have this very clear message to those people who are responsible for this wrongdoing and criminality. You will feel the full force of the law. And if you are old enough to commit these crimes, you are old enough to face the punishments. And to these people, I would say this: you are not only wrecking the lives of others, you're not only wrecking your own communities, you are potentially wrecking your own life too.
You cut off EMA, okay, you cut off so much stuff, right, there's a knock-on effect to everything, and look what's happened, right? The youths are running around, okay, stealing, yeah, now they're looting and all this stuff. There's a reason for everything, Boris, okay, and think about the amount of times you are cutting and cutting and cutting, and then you're putting off youth fees, okay? I've got so much friends who actually want to go to university, but I stopped, okay? You are spending, okay, hundreds of millions of pounds a week, okay, in Libya, when you could be over here. Sort yourselves out over here first. You haven't finished. Libya, we can't stretch our hands when we can't reach it. I'm sure we'd all love to help in Libya. I'm sure we'd all love to give to people in all those countries who are suffering, but we can't afford it. So don't you think it's about time we actually started concentrating on here?
I feel bitterly angry about it because I've worked most of my bloody life, and now when I need a few quid I can't get it.